Auto-Obsessed. We're at the 2023 SEMA Show. I'm in the Rupes booth. I'm with Todd and...
have a couple new tools to show you. Well, I got one. We couldn't, unfortunately, get the 15 away because there's a
crazy
crowd over there.
Yeah.
But we did want to introduce at least the new Bigfoot iBrid platform, and then as well as the new intermediate DA pad.
Perfect.
But I'll start with the one that everybody's asking for, and that is the HLR 15 and HLR 21 Bigfoot iBrid polishers. And the thing I really want to impress upon you, and what's kind of getting lost a little bit because everybody's excited that we've cut the cord, right, is that this isn't just a tool without a power cord. This is an all-new tool that in every single specification is superior to the platform that it's of the Mark III. So brand new from the ground up. The only things that are really similar are the trigger and the speed dial. The body's new. The motor is a brushless motor that develops more torque than the Mark III. So not only is it cordless or iBrid, because we can plug it in, but it's more powerful. And then probably the most amazing feedback we've gotten is based on the weight. So it actually weighs less than the corded tool.
Wow.
So less weight, more power, completely new from the ground up.
Well, we saw the 75,
right?
The HLR 75, and following obviously the same premise, right?
Sure.
So lighter weight, more powerful, and cordless and corded.
Right.
So let's hear about some of this.
Yeah. So starting, the first thing you'll notice when you pick it up and put it in your hands, besides the weight distribution has changed a little bit. There is the battery in the back, but the feedback has been that we did it right. So the placement's right. It feels very natural. On vertical surfaces, you can run it longer without feeling any fatigue because your weight is pretty much distributed between your hands. And then the sound.
Yeah.
It's super quiet.
It's quiet.
Even on speed 4, we're able to have regular conversations on the road. So what makes it really, really quiet and that unique sound and kind of that cool whistle on wind down is there's a whole new polyfiber gear set. And what that means is it's a new composite gear set that Rupes has been developing for almost 3 years that reduces the weight and friction inside the tool, right? So it's all about delivering more torque without putting a big, fat, heavy battery on the back that kills everything, which is unfortunately the easy and quick pathway to a battery tool. Just slap a battery on it.
Right, exactly.
Turn down the power of your motor, it weighs a little more, it's not quite as usable, but it has a battery.
Right, yeah.
We wanted to go with a small battery, maintain kind of the ergonomics that everybody expects from a Bigfoot polisher, but give you more performance. So that meant a new gear set, the brushless motor, even the backing plate. It's a low pro, we call it Precision Pro backing plate. Brand new, it's got this little rubber ring on it, and there's a reason why. I'll get into that in a moment, but it's got a new rubber ring on it, very low weight, so it takes the center of gravity and it reduces friction. A lot of people will notice that this spins a lot easier.
Yeah.
The friction on the shroud's been reduced. Again, this is all things we can do to increase battery life. And give you real-world performance. And speaking of battery life, it's the most common question.
Right, yeah.
It's important to make a distinction. Rupes rates battery life on continuous use under load. And what that means is we turn the tool on, we put it in normal operating conditions, speed 3, we apply pressure to the head of the unit, and we turn it on until the battery dies. And in that case, under continuous load, we're getting between 35 and 40 minutes. Why between 35 and 40? Temperature, pressure, all these things. Even the pad you're using, a pad with a lot of surface drag is going to reduce battery life. If you're putting on speed 6 and hammering down, but continuous power, we're saying 35 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
What does that mean in the real world? In our beta testing with 2 batteries, we have not had one person say they ran out of battery, not one. And of course, if you do, which you shouldn't,
you got the second battery.
The second battery, or
the
like
inverter.
all iBrid tools, has a power adapter, we slap it in, we go corded.
Perfect.
So, super versatile platform.
So one thing I noticed on the side is this.
Right, the LED strip. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's our communicator light. And when you first plug in the battery, it'll glow blue. If it glows blue, it means your battery has full charge. So it's one way that the tool communicates battery power to you. Also on the battery is a button you can push on the other side that'll tell you battery charge.
Okay, right.
So 2 different ways that we can check battery life. If the battery is dead, you plug it in, it'll flash a few times, that's it.
Okay.
Another way the communicator light will talk to you is if you apply too much down pressure. So let's say you're really hammering and you overload, and the firmware, the ECU in here has to ask for more power from the motor.
Okay.
It's going to warn you by flashing. All right, we're pushing a little hard. Let's get back to a normal operating condition. Now,
that's a great feature. I mean, many people say, like, how much pressure do I put down, right? Is it the weight of the machine? Do I put a little bit of pressure? Now,
sure.
Now the electronics are going to tell you too much pressure.
And just to be clear, it takes a lot to get it to trip. I mean, if you're just using it and you're taking out a scratch, it's not going to make a difference.
Right.
But if you hammer down on it, it's
going
to let you know.
Yeah.
And then when the battery charge is going away, so obviously the communicator lights on the battery are underneath. You can't really see them all the time. But if your battery is getting low, it's going to flash it twice to let you know, all right, soon the battery needs to be replaced.
Right.
So it's just a couple different ways that the tool and the platform communicate with you, and plus it looks cool.
Yeah. No, it looks great.
Yeah.
It looks great.
The next thing that's important to talk about, and certainly something we don't want to get left behind at SEMA, because we understand the excitement with the new tool, but this new DA intermediate foam pad is really an extension of our DA yellow foam pads.
Okay.
So our yellow foam pads are best-selling pad. If you go on all social media and YouTube, everybody raves about it. It finishes really, really good. It cuts really, really good. Well, this is a more aggressive version of that using similar technology. It's a foam that a lot of companies have tried to mimic, but they haven't been able to. So we call it intermediate. It's still in our blue range, but it kind of has a new color. And you can actually use it with cut. You can use it to finish. We've even in testing applied Uno Protect, Uno Pure, and we're going to go ahead and say it works with every pad.
Okay.
Anytime you need more cut, you can use that pad in any one of our products. And literally the feedback at SEMA so far has been amazing and continues to grow. So please check out the new foam pad. We're so proud of it.
So just quick on that, do you have a scenario where someone would use this over the blue, yellow, white? What would kind of a common scenario where someone would say, okay, this isn't working for me, or I want something maybe a little bit simpler?
So within our system, if you need, let's say you do your test spot with our yellow foam and our yellow polish, and it just didn't quite get there, but you don't want to go to a wool, which almost guarantees a second step.
Right.
You could just step up to this with the yellow polish.
Okay.
And it's a really powerful one-step combination. Same thing with Uno Protect. If you put Uno Protect on this, it gives you the ability to remove, I don't know if we get out a 3,000 grit scratch. That might be a little bit generous, but you can remove some good defects and some good scratches and still leave a perfect finish. What we're using this on today at SEMA to kind of demonstrate the versatility is there's a Fiat behind us that's completely sanded. It's going to be sanded with 2000 wet. And we're using this with our DA course and removing all the sand marks in one step and almost leaving a perfect finish.
Wow.
So it's just a and then, I hate to admit it, Troy, but I've heard there's some people out there that don't use our compounds. So I think they're going to fall in love with this product and whatever their favorite medium or cutting pad is, maybe even their finishing pad. So it's just super versatile and something that I really hope everybody gets a chance to experience.
Okay. And then when can we roughly expect the machines to be available?
Probably
$1 million
most
question.
Likely, potentially, possibly somewhere-ish in the neighborhood of end of January, beginning of February.
Okay, so pretty soon.
So they're going into production.
Okay,
yep.
excellent.
And initially they'll all be produced in Italy, so the first batches, and then at some point we'll transfer manufacturing into North America as well.
Okay, perfect. So just summarize.
Yes.
So completely redone. So there's nothing really common to this on any of the previous products, the Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3. Completely rebuilt. Basically, the speed controller and the trigger is probably the only semi-common piece. All new motor, all new gear set, all new body, right? All new backing plate, new eccentric set, backing plate, balanced.
Yeah.
Right? Very, very balanced.
The battery's just a bonus.
Yeah. Lightweight, silent. This is a quiet. That's Speed 3.
It's incredibly quiet.
Very quiet machine. So it's going to be more powerful, lighter than your current corded model.
Yeah.
So basically,
we're
everything.
excited. Yeah. It's a big deal for us, and one of the comments we had was we knew that Rupes might take a little bit longer, but you guys would do it right.
Yeah.
So we're happy, and that's been the feedback so far.
That's awesome. So Give us a like, follow the channel if you want to find more about the Rupes HLR 21 and HLR 15. Those will be coming out soon. We'll be taking pre-orders right away. And thank you once again, Todd,
Sure,
and
always a pleasure, brother.
and thank you, Rupes. Thank you for watching.